This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
My seatmate was so annoying in school today. She kept copying my ideas in class. I think she's even going to use my idea for her project.
Are you sure about that? I mean, I'm sure it is just a small misunderstanding. Have you tried talking to her?
No, but I have a better idea. I'm going to write a post about it. It's bound to reach our other classmates and teachers.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Why not? It'll be anonymous, and plus, I won't write her name.
I don't think that's a good idea. Even if it is anonymous, you shouldn't say negative stuff about people online. I mean, you wouldn't want to say that to her in real life, would you? Then I don't think you should make a post about it as well.
You have a point. Should I just try talking to her?
Yeah, I think that's a way better idea. And always remember, we are Christians. We shouldn't say bad stuff about people, even if it is anonymous and online.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Speaking of online, have you checked out the latest INCRadio HK yet? Look.
Oh, cool. Hold on. Let me show it to my followers, too.
Remember, We are Christians even when online. Let's shine as lights in the world, even in our social media.
It doesn't take something big to show love. The right and thoughtful choices made with care can make a parent smile and turn an ordinary day into something special.
Dishes done, floors clean. A surprise mom and dad when they get here.
Wow! Hello, son.
Mom, you're early.
The house looks great.
Plus, I'm done with my assignments.
Oh, really? Oh. You always do your chores without being told. We see your effort, Carl, and we're proud of you. Here, we got you something.
What? How'd you know I want this? Thank you.
A child who brings joy to their parents is blessed even without asking. In the same way, when we live to please God, He gives us more than we could ever hope for. A reminder from Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio Australia Satellite Studio.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone tuning in. Welcome to INCRadio Micronesia. I'm Sister Jillian from the local congregation of Saipan, and I will be your host, and I am so glad to be here with you today. But of course, I'm not the only one here. We've got our awesome crew with us. Let's have them introduce themselves real quick, starting off with Sister Gwyneth.
Greetings, Micronesia. I am Sister Gwyneth Humo from the local congregation of Guam, and today I am your co-host for today's broadcast.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brother Matt Lewis Posher from the local congregation of Saipan. I'll be your YouTube engager tonight, so I am willing to see all of your YouTube comments tonight, and I can't wait to see all the interactions flow.
Thank you so much, Sister Gwyneth and Brother Matt. And it's really always great to hear from our team. And now we've got an exciting conversation lined up. Today, we'll be diving into something that's really close to our everyday lives, which is leadership. So, no matter where we are, whether it's a school, work, or even at home, we all have those moments to step up and lead. And tonight, we'll be talking about how young adults like us strengthen those leadership skills in different aspects of life. And that is why the title of our broadcast today is The Leader in Me. So stick around because this discussion will not only inspire you, but might also help you discover the leader in you. Now that you've gotten to meet the crew, it's time to dive into our main discussion for today. We are talking about leadership, what it really means, how we live it out, and the way it shapes us in school, at work, and especially in our church duties. So to get us started, Sister Gwyneth and I will be guiding this conversation along with our special guests tonight. But of course, before we jump into the questions, let's have our guests introduce themselves. Just share your name, your local congregation, and the office you hold.
Hello po, greetings po Micronesia. I am Sister Maha Kura from the locale of Guam, and I am also the current acting Binhi president for the locale po.
Okay, it's nice to meet you, Sister Maha, and she is also my fellow Binhi member. So for our first question, it is name your two leadership skills that you feel are important.
The two leadership skills that I think are important are the first one is being able to accept criticism as a leader. Because as a leader, you should be open to other opinions and basically other suggestions from the people you are leading. In order for you to become a better leader, you would have to be able to embrace other opinions from other people. And for the second one, communication. Effective communication is such an important part of being a great leader, because if you don't have communication with your other members or other followers that you're leading, it's that's gonna lead to the first skill that I talked about. You won't be able to lead them properly if you don't communicate with them, because you really don't know if they're lost in whatever you're leading, and they're like going with you blindly basically. You just have to make sure you talk to your fellow members and ask for their opinions as well.
That's right, Sister Maha. I really like your answer. Like, being able to accept criticism is like such an important part of leadership. Like, it shows humility, but it also pushes us to grow and see where we can do better. And honestly, it really helps the people around us too, because, they see that we are open and willing to improve as leaders. And of course, for me, my answer is that I'd say being patient is also really important, because not everything goes as planned. And of course, we need to guide people without getting frustrated, because they should be the ones seeing us as an example. And as what you've said, Sister Maha, for communication, I also agree with you, because it's all about being clear and upfront, like letting others know what's happening, and like even what you're thinking, because that way everyone's going to be on the same page. Nothing will get missed, and of course no one will feel left out, because we don't want any miscommunication between the team. And of course, we also have Sister Gwyneth, who what do you think is the two leadership skills that you feel are important?
Okay, my answer actually kind of connects with you too, but I think one skill I would highlight is resilience, because for instance, when you take into account open-mindedness, and then being strong, I think that's really important as a leader, because in life obviously everything doesn't go to plan, and you should be able to adapt in these various situations. So I think resilience is very important, is a very important skill to have as a leader.
Exactly, and being resilient also, your answer also ties with my answer, and also my sister Maha's answer, like being able to accept criticism, and that makes you strong, right? To be able to accept criticism, that means you are resilient. And I really like how you both of you shared your thoughts. It just really shows that leadership isn't like about one person having all the skills, right? Like how we all answered different things, and communication, patience, resilience, and yeah, they all work together. And I feel like that's why it's important to have like more than one leader in a team. And your answer like really ties nicely to each of the questions, and give a great look of what like leadership really means to Sister Glenna and to Sister Maha. And of course, that will be moving us to the next question, which is, what is the earliest moment that you can remember you acted or felt as a leader? Can we have Sister Maha answer first?
I believe one of the earliest moments I've ever felt as a leader was in elementary. I'm not sure if you guys also experienced this, but I'm pretty sure you guys have. It's when you do those evacuation drills, and there's always a set person to be in the front or the back of the line. And usually, for the person that's in front of the line, they give you this card with one side that's red, one side that's green, to show if there's full attendance of the students or not. And what would the teacher would let me take attendance then, and I would just feel so entitled as just taking attendance with my fellow classmates who are what also the same age as me. So I believe like that was such a very good experience to have, because it made me feel very like, I guess, powerful, if I could say that. Because as a kid, you would always want to be leading your friends or whatnot. You would tell them, "Oh, okay, get in line. I'm taking the attendance," or whatnot, whatnot. And it's just really that I really felt like a teacher in that very moment.
I like your answer, Sister Maha. Like what you said, I feel like even if you were like still young back then, you still took action. And that's really brave of you because, when I was a kid, I was actually like shy and I was not someone who'd do that. Like I would be someone to background also. So yeah, for me, the earliest I remember feeling like a leader was when I became a district officer and a local district officer in my previous district. And of course, being part of like multiple local and district activities, and even performing my duty as a Binhi officer in the local and district, and the Summer Blast Binhi Friendship Day at the Philippine Arena. It really like made me realize like what it meant to guide and support others, and even collaborating with other districts. And those experiences really taught me a lot about responsibility and teamwork. And it was definitely one of the first times I felt like my plan didn't go the way I expected it to be. And even though we got scared, our team got scared, and we didn't know what to do, we were able to find a solution for it. And at the end, we were able to continue on with our plan because we had a backup plan also. And yeah, that was just definitely one of the first time I truly felt like I was stepping into a leadership role, and that experience really taught me a lot. And it's such a this is a memorable experience. Yeah. So I also want to ask Sister Gwyneth, so what is the earliest moment that you remember that you acted or felt as a leader, Sister Gwen?
Okay, I think the earliest time that I felt like a leader was in our business class. I think that was last week. So we were like conducting negotiations, which is like a discussion, but like a long-term discussion concerning like matters of business where they try to come to a consensus for like terms. And then we had to create a timeline and we had to make sure we were on track and under the due date to make sure we submit our deliverables on time. So I felt like a leader because I guess I was keeping track, like seeing how much time we needed to discuss, how much time we needed to negotiate, and what we would deliver in the end to our professor. So I think I would say we collectively all, I'd say we had really great leaders in the class where we made sure that we were on track and we made sure that we completed what we needed to do.
That's really nice, Sister Gwen. And like you, even though you guys are like there's no set leader, you were all able to take action, and you guys just all click with each other. And that's really really nice too. Like like that just shows that leadership isn't just about like having a title, and it's just like about stepping up like into the moments that we are all given. So like even this big or small experiences can teach us like so much, right? Like both of your answers really tie into that idea, and it's really cool to see how those early moments shape the leaders you are today. And of course, moving on to our next question is, how do these leadership skills help you in different aspects of your life, whether in school, work, and also your church offices? And I want to ask Sister Maha first.
My answer for that question would be uh being able to work with others is a very good thing to experience in life, I guess. Because as you get older and when you get a job, you're gonna have to learn to work with others. Even if you don't like the person, you're still gonna get paid to do that. So you're still gonna have to like keep it in and just work with them. I would like to say that, and then just like set aside whatever things you don't have to do or things that are like inside to just focus on what you're doing, keep on going because life is not gonna wait for you. It's not gonna stop for you. You're just gonna have to keep going and going and going. So I guess that would tie into the question.
That's really nice, Sister Maha. I agree with that. And also, of course, like I feel like being professional no matter what, right? I think that show really shows a lot of maturity because in leadership you can't just speak and choose who you want to work with, and your answer just really shows that you know even if personalities don't match, you still have to like set an example and get the work done. And yeah, I feel like both of those experiences that you said really show how your leadership isn't just about like comfort, it's also about growth, right? And whether it's about being professional and setting aside personal feelings, or maybe even being put into a big role and stepping up the challenge, I feel like that's such a nice answer for that question. And moving on to our last question, it is, as you still develop yourself, what is one skill you hope to embrace as you mature? Sir Maha?
What is one thing, a skill that I'd want to embrace as I mature is being very lively when it comes to just leading, no matter how awkward it gets. Let's say if you're leading a meeting like what I did before, there's this one time where I led a monthly meeting and there was only two other brethren that were there. And I just felt very awkward leading them because you're just talking to two other people and it was like very quiet. But I was told afterwards that what I did was being very energetic and being on my toes, being very bubbly, inspired them to be more active in joining the monthly meetings because they said that even if it's so empty, they felt very full because of the energy I was giving as well as the other officers.
That's right, Sister Ra. I really like your point, like, because it's true, as leaders, the energy that we bring really sets the tone for like everyone else, right? So even if things feel like slow or like not moving forward, like I feel like keeping that lively spirit of yours will make such a big difference for the people around us. And I think for me, I also I think one skill I really want to work on also is like being more confident in my decisions. Sometimes I still catch myself second guessing or worrying about making the wrong choice, and I feel like it really slow me down. But I just really want to grow into a leader who can make more decisions with confidence while still considering everyone's input. And I think that will really help me support the people around me better and guide them more effectively. And yeah, I really like how you answered thoughtfully and the way that you're thinking about growth and how to keep improving. So yeah, I love how Sister Gwyneth and Sister Maha talk about growth and the skills that you're still working on. Leadership is really a journey, and it's not just about what you already know. It's about learning, improving, and of course, helping others along the way. And both of your answers to all of the questions really tie in nicely and really gives us a great perspective on developing like as a leader. And speaking of growth and putting leadership into action, I want to take a moment to thank our guest, Sister Maha, for sharing their experiences and insights. And it's really inspiring to hear how leadership shows up in so many ways in our everyday lives, whether at school, at work, or in our church duties. And what really stands out is that leadership isn't just about holding a title, and it's about the choices that we make, the example we set, and how we serve others around us. And we really, really hope that the viewers feel encouraged to reflect on their own leadership skills and see how they can apply them in our everyday lives. And now it's time to switch things up a bit and have some fun. Yes, you guessed it. It's game time. And to lead us into this exciting segment, I'll pass it over to Sister Gwyneth.
Thank you so much, Sister. Thank you so much, Sister Jill, for Thank you so much, Sister Jill, and also to our beloved guest, Sister Maha, for that wonderful discussion. I really loved the answers and participation. So now let's get started with our game time, starting with number one, in which we're playing the choosing game. Okay, so number one, in an emergency drill, would you be in the front of the line or the back of the line, and why? Sister Maha.
I guess this ties in what I said earlier. I would really like to be in the front of the line. If it's not obvious, every evacuation drill we did then, I always asked to be in front of the line, and I believe it's because I want to get out first. If that makes sense, even if it's like an actual like disaster that's happening, I don't want to be the last one to get out of the building if it's on fire. And if it's the first one, or while being the first person, I get to lead them. And then, how do I say this? I would feel more safe because I know they're all behind me. Hopefully, they don't leave me. But yeah, that's mainly the reason why I want to be the front of the line.
Thank you, Sister Maha. I think for me, it's actually it kind of connects with your own. So you like being in the front of the line because you have people watching over you, and I like being in the back of the line because I like watching over people. Yeah, so that's my part. So for number two, in a group, would you choose to be a leader or a follower, and why, Sister Maha?
I'm sorry, but can you repeat the question again?
Okay, okay. No worries, no worries. Okay, so it is in a group, would you choose to be a leader or a follower, and why?
I honestly, it would really depend on what the task is. If okay, that sounds like it's very picky, but honestly, I would want to be the leader because if I'm the leader, I can oversee what other people are doing, especially if you get paired up with different people that you don't know. You get to, what is it? Get to know them more with their leadership skills and basically how a person, what kind of person they are, basically. And being a leader also, like, it would help you with your self confidence, I guess, because then you would have to be like, oh, you can rely on other people and stuff. But then a part of me also wants to be a follower because I also still want to be led, if that makes sense. I'm basically like 50-50 with that.
I understand your point because also me, I couldn't really choose because like for me it depends on the situation. Because like sometimes there are people more knowledgeable in that part. But yeah. So last one, in decision making, would you ask the input of your team members or make the decision? Sister Maha.
I definitely will ask for input because let's say if you have an idea, but not everyone agrees to it, like to yourself, you think, oh, this is correct, this is the best idea. Sometimes to other people it's not, and then getting their input will help you create your idea even better, if that makes sense, because then you would have insights on what other people think of it, and you would have more opinions to base off of to build more to that idea, basically.
Thank you so much, Sister Maha. I also agree. So thank you so much for your wonderful insights and participation. Now we want to move along to read all of the wonderful comments. Sister Matt, Brother Matt, I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Sister Wen, for that wonderful presentation. We are going to go through comments. Kuya Tech, play that jingle. Okay, so if we don't have that jingle, we'll just go straight into the YouTube comments, starting from our District Minister, Brother Joven Spilia Jr., saying, "Good evening to all the ministers and ministerial workers, the church officers, and the brethren here in the District of Micronesia." Next is our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Manabanan. "Greetings to all brethren in Micronesia po, especially to our District Minister, Ka Joven Spilia Jr., and his family po. To my wonderful wife, Ka Michelle, and my awesome daughter, Bam Bam. Special mention to Sister Maha." Another is from Brother Roger Manzanilla Jr. saying greetings from hashtag Guam. Brother Roger Villegas Jr. saying good evening to our district minister and to all the families here in Micronesia. Brother Edward Del Cruz from the hashtagging Furor and hashtagging Jigo. We would like to greet our district minister and assistant district minister. Brother Timothy Kamba, good evening for to all the brethren and all the officers here in the locale of Micronesia or in the district of Micronesia. And we would like to greet all of our people who are celebrating their birthday today, most notably Sister Eileen Crielencha po. Happy birthday po to you. to all the people who are greeting her today. We will have our question and answers. Who are leaders you look up to was our YouTube engagement question. Sister Sandy said, the leaders I look up to are my fellow CWS officers, especially the teachers from Guam. Sister Randy said, as a CWS teacher, leaders I look up to are all the CWS officers. They all work so hard and effortlessly, they inspire me. Sister Jade said, leaders that I look up to are our Lord God, my parents, and my brother. The people who were first to be there for you shows the best leadership, and our Almighty God is the best leader for true guidance. And from me, one of my responses is some of the leaders I look up to for is my parents and my grandparents as well, since they were able to teach my family how to be good citizens and have special qualities. We have shoutouts from our other district and shoutouts from the local congregations of Guam, Coblerville, Puro Palau, Jigo, San Jose, and Saipan. Thank you so much to our beloved brethren to always interacting in our YouTube chat. Back to you, Sister Jillian, for our CFO in action.
Thank you so much, Brother Matt. And now let's move to our next segment. Let's pass it over to Brother Matt once again.
Okay, so our invitation for next week's broadcast, we would like to invite you all to our next week's broadcast, which will be on next Friday, October 10, 2025 at 9:30 p.m. Chamorro Standard Time. Now, for the ending of the show greetings, I would like to pass on the mic to Sister Gwyneth.
Thank you so much, Brother Matt. And before we end our broadcast, we don't want to forget to thank our beloved brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our beloved Executive Minister, and our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo.
And for the next round of ending of show greetings, we would like to greet our District Minister, Brother Joven D. Sapilio Jr., our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan, our CFO Overseer, Brother Roger Manzanilla Jr., and our DMM Advisor, Brother Roger Villegas Jr.
And of course, we would also like to extend our thanks and greetings to our crew members to Saipan Island and to Guam Island also. And of course, to our station manager, Brother Wally Taray, and also to our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya. And all right, everyone, that's a wrap for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, for your comments, and for being part of the conversation. So all of our viewers here in Micronesia and to all the districts around the world, good night. And to those of you who are just starting your day, have a nice day. We hope you enjoyed the show and we can wait to see you again next time on INC Radio.